Hey, what's up, guys? This is Jericho9Snake, and this is from my new setup space. We're gonna be unboxing this guy. Well, because I probably won't get any viewers for a while, I'm just gonna get started. We're gonna do on this side first. Oopsies. Here we go. Get rid of the sun. Oh. Is that? I'm not quite sure what right side. They didn't send me a keyboard. Why does this feel like a nice keyboard? That might just be the toughest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. There's, oh my gosh, 4 USB ports right there. Oh my gosh! 8, 10 USB ports, brother? You've got to be kidding me. Okay. Alright, I ask again. Why does this feel like a good keyboard? Like, okay, we're just gonna ignore that for now. Oh, there's my Wi-Fi adapter. Okay. Here, we'll just let you guys gawk at that. Oh, because I'm pretty sure my TV is high enough. Oh, dude. This box is quite wide enough. Perfect. Actually, that works really well. Just like that. Setup is tough. Toughness to the max. Yo, wait, where my chat? Where's chat at? Let me say. Do you know who I am? Swaggy? Wait, is it... Alright, if this is Cam, I'm gonna crash out, dude. That's such a cringe name. I hope that's not Cam. But if you're not Cam, then no, I don't know who you are. Oh boy. Yo, Ian! What's up, dude? Welcome to the chat. I just bought a PC. And it's right here. And it's bask in its glory. We're gonna set it up over here. Alright. We have 2 viewers already. Hello, that's good. Aw, thank you. Wait, we need to pop out, chat. Alright, man, this thing's a monster. You get in my way, I'm gonna feed you to the monster. Normal during the day, but at night I turn into a monster. When the moon shines. Alright. Off pops the panel. Oh my gosh. I look like a villain out of those blockbusters. This is so tough. Alright, you guys can't see it, but yep, I have a PC over here. There's my hard drive. SATA port. Yeah. Okay, we'll pop this panel back on. Oh, wait, no, that's backwards, I think. Wait. Give me a sec, chat. Is it supposed to slide on? Here, give me a sec. There we go. Alright, we got it back on. It's good. What type of PC is it? It's a Dell Optiplex 7010 running Windows 10. And it's not super powerful right now, but I just ordered a NVIDIA GeForce GTX 750 Ti, the dual fan model that I will put in this PC, and it will be like running Fortnite at like 160 FPS. It's going to be very good. Okay. Well, let's get this puppy booted up. This won't be the best view, but you will be able to see the screen. Okay, so, but it did come with some cool accessories. It came with, that sounds like it could run in 8K graphics. Not quite 8K, but it can run good stuff. So it came with a keyboard. Why does this actually feel like one of the more quality keyboards I've gotten? It feels really nice. And then in this baggie here, we have a mouse. Okay, this is obviously a used mouse. It feels kind of nice in my hand, but yeah, that's probably not going to get much use. Here's my power cord. Alright, plug this puppy in back here. Bring it around the back. Oh my gosh! It was making noises, that made me scared. Okay, and then lastly we have a Wi-Fi adapter. This little guy right here. Because I don't think this thing actually has built-in Wi-Fi, but it has this little USB that I can plug into the back, somewhere back here. And that thing can access the Wi-Fi. So, I'm going to scoot her back. I need to grab one of my HDMI cables. I have multiple. My good HDMI cable, I should say. No. It's in here somewhere. There it is. Okay, sorry you guys can't see anything I'm doing. We'll scoot that back over to me a little bit. Okay, you have our HDMI cable. We're gonna plug into the back of this guy. What if you came to my door and knocked? That would be interesting. It is kind of late though. Okay, never fear, but this does not have an HDMI port. But that is okay because I have my... I'm lucky to have my... Come on, pop out. VGA. I happen to have my VGA to HDMI cord right here. And so we're just going to use that for now. But I mean, the graphics card I ordered that I'll put in it does have an HDMI. So this is only temporary. My graphics card is coming like tomorrow. So that's alright. But we will not be needing this, my nice cord, for now. We'll be using this guy. Plugs in on the other side. Hey, I'm getting hearts. Thanks for the love, guys. Alright. HDMI is plugged in. Plugging our VGA in now. Okay, I can't tell if that's Ian spamming the reactions or just some viewer that... I know, I only have one viewer, so who else could it be? Okay. Everything is plugged in. We're going to turn on my TV that's small enough to be a monitor. Actually, I really like the feel of this keyboard. I'm going to keep it here for now and leave my other ones out. But I will be using my controller, which corded or wireless will work. How do I even give out hearts? You just click the thingy, there's a little reaction. Who in the world is spamming so many reactions? Is it just some viewer that can't comment? How did you attach the HDMI without a port? Because I have a very handy VGA to HDMI cable that I bought for another monitor I had a while back, and so I grabbed that thing and just ran it from there to there. But like I said earlier, it's got a the graphics card I ordered, which is what I'm going to be plugging into. Because how it works is I put the graphics card in there and it'll have ports on the back of it, and I'll plug the and I'll be able to plug a normal HDMI cord into that, but just this by itself does not have an HDMI port, so I used my VGA to HDMI. So we're switching to HDMI 1. We're gonna flip it so you guys can see my monitor. Alright, here we go, we're turning it on. Alright, it's running. Just give it a sec. Let me make sure all my cords are plugged in properly. This is strange. What? 4 viewers now? Guys. Alright, we're getting flashy blue lights. Not completely sure what that means. Alright, give me a sec. That seems to be plugged in all the way. Maybe it's my HDMI side. Let's try this again. Oh, that's better. It felt a lot more secure when I plugged it in that time. Because I think that first port was kind of weird. Alright, I'm hopping to HDMI 2. This is the weirdest thing. Everything is getting power, getting flashing lights and everything back here. I'm just not getting any video. I don't think this cord is bad. Does it only work one way? Plugged in. Over here. It's plugged into HDMI 2. Nothing. Alright. I'm going to try plugging it into HDMI 3. Nothing. Okay. This is weird. I don't know why. HDMI 3. Did it? Here, I'm gonna grab the remote. Be right back. This is the weirdest thing. Okay. So it knows something is plugged in there. I'm just not getting any video. Okay, we're gonna do some GPTing. Okay. Display port.
Any luck yet?
I just did some chat GPTing and looks like my cord is only HDMI to VGA. It doesn't work in reverse because VGA is analog and HDMI is digital.
Yep.
It only works when it's going from one to the other, not.
So your only output from that is VGA?
There's a couple others. There's an IO port and a display port, but no HDMI. Do you think you have any of
Those aren't HDMI?
Those are display port.
No.
Which, I mean, the graphics card that has the HDMI input is coming tomorrow.
Okay.
It'll go right here, and it has.
Do you still have that old monitor? Plug that monitor in.
But I don't know. That only supports DVI and VGA. And
Do you have VGA to DVI?
no, only VGA to HDMI. And with this cord only lets me go from like something outputting HDMI to something receiving input from VGA.
We don't have any. I can't believe it doesn't have HDMI out. But your graphics card will.
Yes, and it plugs in inside of it.
Is there a USB to HDMI?
I bet there is.
Do we have that?
Let's see. I'm just trying to think of all my different HDMIs. I have a mini HDMI. I don't think this has that.
It does not. Because that's one input, output, your USB.
Yeah, I have 10 USB ports. It's a big upgrade from 2. But
I can't believe it doesn't have HDMI. Yeah, I would say that might be the best try if we got connectors to do it.
don't know.
I'm not sure.
I still have people looking. I still have viewers. This is very surprising. Why was the message redacted? Does it work, or do you need an HDMI thingy? I don't know. I need to go see if I have any VGA. I don't think we have any VGA cords. Okay, I have one to try. I have a lot of doubts about whether it'll work or not. Yeah, I do remember the Capybara podcast. Composite. nothing. Darn it. I don't know what to do. I got 5 views. Okay. Man. I really don't know what to do. I know there is such thing as an HDMI, as a USB to HDMI, but I don't think I have any of those. Well, I can't believe there are people still here. I just went on a search for any kind of cord that would work with this thing. Alright, there's no freaking way this is working. I mean, it's a capture card, my brother. Yeah, this will not work, but it's worth a shot. Yeah, there's no way in heaven that this is working at all. Yeah, okay. That doesn't work. Okay, so that's a no. Man, how do I have 6 views? Why does that say message redacted? What were you saying? Okay, I don't have anything else. These are pretty much all my HDMI cords. Jeez. Don't have a cord that will work with this.
Does this thing have Wi-Fi?
Yes, it came with a USB adapter.
Okay. That's the other thing I found when I was reading.
Yes, see, this guy.
That little guy sticking out the back?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It also came with a mouse and keyboard. And surprisingly, the keyboard is one of the nicer ones I've used.
Yeah, I heard you say that on your live stream. I was watching. Did you see me ask a question?
Uh-huh.
says it has an HDMI port.
Maybe I didn't look hard enough.
One HDMI. One display port. It's one of those two. One HDMI, one display port. One video port.
Alright. Let's take a look. I might drain the extra power out of this thing before we open her up. Okay. So it does, I mean,
Okay, give me an HDMI cord. Where is your HDMI cord?
I have one over here.
And what's that? HDMI to USB?
This is a capture card, so it takes HDMI input and turns it into a capturable. It wouldn't work.
Okay.
I already tried.
Which keyboard is this? Yay or nay?
That's I'm not using it right now.
You need to clean up stuff.
I will.
This is too messy. That's not it. Looks like it would be, but
All right, see ya. One of our viewers is leaving. All right, set it down for a sec. Must do something. There might be. Here, touch the case real quick to ground yourself so you don't actually accidentally fry anything. There might just be an HDMI port down in there somewhere.
oh, it's over here.
Where? Those right there are SATA ports. It would be, if we had an HDMI input, it would pop out somewhere over there.
It's like they put in two of these display ports
Mm-hmm.
without, and meant to put in a HDMI. You see the front here.
The front, okay.
What's this thing?
Oh, that, it's a cover for cable.
Whoa, DVD.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So these are all just USB.
Yeah.
I can't believe that. What
Bless me.
Hand me that old monitor that you've got over back there. If you would. And did this come with any cables at all?
No,
Nothing?
it was a gift.
Do you have just VGA to VGA?
Nope, I already looked.
You don't?
Well, I don't. You might somewhere.
Where all did you look?
I looked under the printer, in the windowsill, and in the craft room. And I know it's in neither of these bags. I just went through them.
Because this has VGA.
Mm-hmm.
But your VGA HDMI was only one way.
Mm-hmm. From HDMI to VGA, which this needs VGA to HDMI.
And what are these display cables?
DisplayPort, they're HDMI exclusives. They can transfer up to 8K.
So they're better than.
They're better than HDMI.
Well, that's cool. Except we don't have one.
Mm-mm. Like pro gamers and streamers use DisplayPort.
So is there DisplayPort to
HDMI? Mm-hmm.
That's what you really need, right?
Yeah, and my my graphics card has a DisplayPort on it. Because how these work is when I here, I'll show you actually. When I get my graphics card, it will go in one of these slots down here. I wanted to see that. Sec. Okay. Alright, so that blue slot right there is what my graphics card will plug directly into.
Okay.
Why is my... And I'll plug that in there, and you see these little slots here?
Yep.
These can be popped out,
Yep.
and the back of the graphics card will go through these slots.
Mm-hmm.
And on the back of there will be HDMI and DisplayPort.
Okay. So, you'll be immediately able to go HDMI to HDMI. So display that will that thing even facilitate a DisplayPort?
I don't know if it has
Output?
an output.
Like a DisplayPort output to HDMI? Would that even support? You said 8K. That thing isn't 8K.
It's capable of doing up to 8K, but that doesn't mean it has to all the time. Why did I'm trying to all that. Man, that got unplugged. Alright, here. No. I do a display port to HDMI.
But yeah, for the meantime, let me go look and see if I've got an old VGA to VGA.
Okay, but I will so this will work with a DisplayPort to HDMI, but what I was saying is I'll plug that in there and it'll have all its ports back there.
Yep.
And how PCs work is it'll still have the display port and stuff up here,
Yep.
but it only uses the graphics processing power if I plug it into the graphics card. If I plug it directly into the motherboard, which is what's up there, it'll use its integrated graphics, which are bad.
Yep.
So with our graphics card in, we plug it into our graphics card. It'll when I turn it on with it plugged in the graphics card, it has some basic display drivers that'll allow me to use it for long enough to install the official NVIDIA drivers that will let the card be used to its full potential.
Okay. But tonight you could have set up and downloaded those drivers and gotten Wi-Fi going and all that.
But I did not know that. It said on the page that I had HDMI, and then even as a backfill, I thought my cord would work. But apparently, because HDMI is digital and VGI is analog, it can turn digital into analog, but not analog into digital.
Right.
Kind of like how you can turn, because you can only upscale. Downscaling requires extra hardware. Like, with one of my converter boxes, I can turn AV into HDMI, but I can't turn HDMI into AV.
Yep.
I would have to be able to turn HDMI, to be able to turn VGA into HDMI. I would need extra hardware. A different cord, basically.
Yeah.
And then even then, it wouldn't be worth it because it's not as good. Alright.
So basically, unless I find a VGA, old school VGA, that you can use this old monitor for tonight, then we're just waiting on your graphics card.
Yeah, basically.
Let me go look a couple places real quick. You've already looked through every cord you've got, right?
Yeah.
And this is your VGA to HDMI that I just...
Yes. Mom just says she can't wait for it to get up and running. Well, Mom, it might not be tonight, because I'll fill you in on our situation. Basically, according to the Walmart page, this thing has HDMI, but it doesn't, sadly. So, now I was like, if we don't have HDMI, I was like, oh, we'll be able to fall back and use my VGA here. But for some reason, my VGA only works when it's an HDMI input going to a monitor that uses VGA. It doesn't work when it's a VGA output going to a monitor that uses HDMI input. It's a one-way cord. It doesn't work two ways. And then this thing does not have HDMI for some reason. I don't know why. But basically, unless Dad can find a VGA to VGA so we can use my other monitor, we just lost. Ugh, this is very annoying. Man, aw, dang it. Aw, dang it. Okay. That's our... Well, for our one viewer watching right now, our best... We only have two options right now. My dad is looking to see if he can find a VGA to VGA. And if we can do that, we can use my old monitor. It's an old monitor. And then... But if he can't find that... Our only other option is to wait until my graphics card arrives and then install it and then just use its HDMI port. But actually, I'll look at it. I'll check it right now. I am my own worst enemy. Please tell me why the car is in the front line and I'm yeah. Through me, still burning. Please tell me why. It's no surprise to me, I am my own worst enemy. Alright, my graphics card is supposed to arrive on Tuesday. So, I'm going to go ahead and head to the original listing. There's my HDMI. It's no surprise to me, I am my own worst enemy. Please tell me why my car is in the front lawn and I'm sleeping with my clothes on. Came in through the window last night. Yeah. Can we forget about things when I was drunk? I didn't mean to call you that. Can't remember what was said or what you threw at me. There's a cigarette still burning. Please tell me why. Car is on the front lawn and I'm sleeping with my clothes on. Came in through the window last night. Yeah, and you're long gone. Long gone. It's no surprise to me, I am my own worst enemy. Sleeping with my clothes on, and I'm at you, Actually. Oops. Alright. Hey. 8A with an 8K. 8A with an 8K. Rate J, HJ, 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 HJ. Wait, all the way to the left. Oh, yeah. In 8K with an 8K melee, finish it like a play date, but a 8K retreat like a 8K Mayday. This beat is great, Gary. HJ, 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 HJ. Laughing all the way to the bank. I spray flames, you cannot tame, placate the monster. Any luck?
No luck. That was a long shot because it's been
Years.
years since we had anything.
Yeah, these are the ports on my. It does not have display port, but see.
That's the ports on your
On my
card?
graphics card. VGA, 2 DVIs, and HDMI right there.
Perfect. Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna head to bed, Fred.
Okay.
Love you.
Love you. Stirred me, nobody. Please tell me why.
Good night.
Good night.
11 o'clock.
I will. No surprise to me, I am my own worst enemy. Still burning, please tell me why. My car is in the front lawn and I'm sleeping with my clothes on. Why did I get another viewer? Do you guys like my singing? What is happening? Eli! Welcome to the chat. You can guess what's happening. PC! That's right. After all this time, after like 8 underpowered laptops, I finally bought a PC. But, as chat will tell ya, turns out the Walmart listing was a lie. It does not have an HDMI output. And my dad and I just scoured the whole house, and we do not have a VGA or DisplayPort cord. And, but I do have my graphics card arriving on Tuesday, and it has an HDMI port. So, I guess we're not going to be able to boot this baby until it arrives. Which I wasn't planning on, like, doing anything with it until it arrives, because without it, it's pretty underpowered. But, yeah, so I know you're very interested. This right over here is a Dell Optiplex 70. Wait, I have a cord. All right, I'll tell you. So my stock PC is a Dell Optiplex 7010, And then I got an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 750 Ti, which it's the dual fan model, which is very good. What card? Yeah, so that's the card I got, and we won't need a cord because my card is arriving on Tuesday and it has an HDMI port, so that's nice. But yeah, I'll even type it in chat. NVIDIA GeForce GTX 750 Ti. But you have to understand, this PC is going to be a YouTube video ultra budget build. My entire graphics card, PC and graphics card together was that is a great card. I just bought the 5070 for my new build. Nice. But yeah, my this whole build will cost $136. If that's not budget, I don't know what is. And I used an FPS calculator to use the for the CPU and the GPU I'm getting, and I'll be running like 180 FPS in Fortnite on Ultra, like 400 in Minecraft, 60 FPS in Counter-Strike, which that is a very demanding game. And then yeah, so it's going to be a very good PC for the price. But yeah, that's might have to build one for the theater room. I'm in the theater room, Demi. See? See, this is like that back cubby. There's my brother's chair. But, because at the price. Oh yeah, well, I don't have very much money right now. All of my money's in stocks. So, no, for mine, silly. Oh, I'm sorry. But yeah, it's an ultra budget build, and it has insanely good performance. But this is one of a kind, because I found it refurbished on Walmart, and it only had it was only one in stock. There's a whole, because the whole idea behind this is you buy a stock like office PC, one you'd find in like a cubicle, and then you mod it to make it good, add whatever it's missing. And so there's like a billion different models of office PCs that you can use. I just chose this one because it's nice and big and can fit a full-sized GPU in it. So there's that, and because there's like a whole bunch of slim ones and mini tower models that I just didn't want to mess with it, so I got my big boy. So, but yes, I'm very excited, but I can't even turn it. I can't even see it. I can't turn it on and see what it's like until Tuesday when I have the graphics card, because my dad searched the house. We didn't have it. Yeah, it's a long story. You can rewind if you want. But now it's 10 o'clock, and I just got back from a vacation today. It was a 12-hour drive, so I am wiped. 4 or 3. This is a great question. Wait, because I mentioned it in some of my earlier live streams. It will definitely be able to run 3 because, for the simple reason that a version of 3 was released on the PS2, and PCSX2, the best PS2 emulator there is really good. Like, it can run pretty much any PS2 game at full speed. And so I'll be able to run 3, but 4, I'm sad to say this thing probably won't be quite beefy enough to run it at 60 FPS. I have belief that it will be able to boot and it will be playable, but probably only at about 30 FPS. Like, my cousin Ezra's, he's got a really good PC. He did a nice build, and I think he had a 3060, and I was able to run it at 60. I was able to run Metal Gear Solid 4 at 60 FPS, at least until the part of the game that I got to the playthrough. But because I was planning for my PC build, this is an external hard drive, and this has all the game files and software on it to run Metal Gear Solid 4. So this is like my travel, because if I'm going to somebody's house that I know they have a really nice PC, I'll just bring this along just to be able to run Metal Gear on it. And yeah, I just lost my single concurrent viewer. I lost Hutton. It's no surprise to me. Why does it stay, I don't have a concurrent viewer. At least not according to OBS. Dude. What? Okay, just kidding. We have one. What console does Metal Gear run on? Okay, so, Metal Gear Solid was on the PS1, but it could run on the PS2. Wait, does it? Wait, give me a sec. Can PS3 play PS1? Okay. Okay, alright, so alright. This is for each game. Metal Gear's natively, without the new Master Collection, Metal Gear Solid, the original, can run on the PlayStation, PlayStation 2, and PlayStation 3. The Metal Gear Solid 2 can run on the PlayStation 2 and the PlayStation 3. Metal Gear Solid 3 can run on the PlayStation 2 and on the PlayStation 3, and Metal Gear Solid 4 can run on the PlayStation 3. And then the remastered versions means that Metal Gear Solids 1, 2, and 3 can be played on Switch, PS4, PS5, all the Xboxes, all those. But Metal Gear Solid 4 has never been remastered, and it's the only platform it runs natively on is the PS3. So, and you need a really good PC to be able to run it to run it well on PC. Yeah. I bet your PC could run it at 60 FPS, Eli. Honestly. But I have had a long day, and I'm not very happy that there's no way to turn on my PC until my graphics card arrives. So I'm gonna end the stream here. I will go live tomorrow night. I'm not sure what I'll be doing. Maybe my graphics card will come early. Who knows? But yeah, I guess. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. 8 views. I'm pretty sure that's a personal best for a stream. And so, yeah. See you guys.